As a exhibition now later on down the line.
Oh, why not? Why not? If he's willing to have a rematch with me, then
An exhibition.
I'm okay with that.
An exhibition.
Taking a loss. That's what he brags about, you know. Such and such people have tried. So many of them have tried. All of them has failed.
Being smart and being specific for what we do. So, and that's what we do. With our audiences, we just cater towards that fighter.
Manny Pacquiao responds to Floyd Mayweather's rematch call-out, saying he's open to an exhibition fight, one that includes a decision. Pacquiao makes it clear he's ready if Mayweather truly wants it, but the bout must be more than a show. It needs real stakes and a clear winner this time.
Willing to have a rematch with me, then
An exhibition.
I'm okay with that.
An exhibition. How does it go now this time around? Obviously, it's been quite a few years since you guys got in the ring.
It's okay. An exhibition with a decision.
With a decision, not just exhibition.
Yeah.
So for how long do you
Exhibition with a decision.
Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring at age 46 has sparked bold statements from his team. His coach believes Pacquiao has now gone beyond Floyd Mayweather's legacy. While George Foreman returned to win a heavyweight title in his 40s, he didn't achieve success across 8 different weight divisions like Pacquiao. The coach emphasizes that what Manny is doing now isn't just rare, it's unmatched. Coming back not for money or fame, but to compete for a real-world title at this age sets him apart. From Mayweather's exhibition-centered career,
Being smart and being specific for what we do. So, and that's what we do. With our audiences, we just cater towards that fighter. That's mainly with Manny. Someone like Pacquiao, say he doesn't overtrain.
When you're talking about overtraining, like, do you mean
Like doing too much. Like
no? I
time.
mean that. What I was gonna say was like take a day off. Like,
No,
not
well,
go
he'll
as
take
long.
day off to listen to his body. So one day, day you wake up, it'll be a few days coming up where you just wait. I'm just fucking sore. I'm just tired. It's time to listen to your body. Take a day off, and you'll recover, and you'll be better. If you push through it, you'll overtrain. Take you one training session to overtrain, then you're fucked. It'll mess you up for a couple of weeks.
Floyd Mayweather has built his brand around a spotless 50-0 record. That 0 at the end of his resume is more than a statistic. It's a symbol of his pride and status. Many believe this obsession with preserving his undefeated streak is exactly why he avoids a second bout with Pacquiao. A rematch poses a risk to that perfect record, especially since Manny looks sharper now than many expected. Floyd's unwillingness to step back into the ring with him speaks volumes about what he values most.
A lot of people want to know, well, Manny Pacquiao going to fight Floyd after that. Floyd is not going to fight Manny Pacquiao, especially if Manny Pacquiao look like he can do something. If Manny Pacquiao look like he got them hands, he still got it. Floyd is not going to risk taking a loss. That's what he brags about, you know. Such and such people have tried. So many of them have tried. All of them has failed. Floyd care about that O more than anything, you know. Well, the money and the O, they go together for him.
Mayweather in the past accused Pacquiao of using his name to stay relevant when Pacquiao wanted a rematch and refused to give him one. At that time, he claimed that Pacquiao constantly brings up the idea of a rematch to remain in the public eye. According to Floyd, Pacquiao's camp believes the Filipino legend has the tools to beat him. But history shows otherwise. In his view, the original bout settled the debate, and all this talk about a second fight is simply a strategy to regain some spotlight.
Manny Pacquiao spoke about that he shouldn't have. Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not gonna say he's right and I'm not gonna say he's wrong. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million.
Who did?
I mean, I don't like to throw certain individuals under the bus because we don't do that. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember, I said it's a time and a place. Remember, I want you guys to go check out Manny Pacquiao when he got upset a few times when he said, "Oh, Floyd, you using my name, using my name." He got famous because they said this could be the guy that could possibly dethrone the king. Did it happen? Absolutely not. Was he easy? Absolutely.
Though Mayweather won their first bout, he has acknowledged the power Pacquiao brings to the ring. He has said that Manny wasn't in top form during their fight, which contributed to the outcome. Still, Floyd argues that if Pacquiao couldn't defeat him back then, there's no point in trying again. His comments suggest a reluctance to take a gamble, especially if it means jeopardizing his legacy over a result he feels has already been decided.
Pacquiao obviously got power also.
Right.
You know, I've been in there with him.
Did you feel his power?
He's solid. He's solid.
Okay.
He's solid. Ain't nothing I ain't never felt before, but he's solid.
Right.
And he felt me too. That's why he wasn't quick to run in there.
Right.
So it's obvious we both felt we felt each other. At the end of the day, you know, it finally happened. He got cooked. Right. Now they begging for a rematch. My thing is this: if you get it done right the first time, you got to do it again.
Jeff Mayweather Floyd's uncle and a seasoned boxing trainer remains firm that there's no need for a rematch. He insists the original fight was fair and dismisses Pacquiao's claims about a shoulder injury. Jeff believes Manny didn't show any visible signs of pain during the fight and questions whether the surgery story was an excuse to justify the loss. According to him, the bout played out cleanly and should be accepted as the final word.
All right, well, even if you think he did win the fight, Manny was obviously severely injured. He had a hurt shoulder in that fight. So do you think Floyd would want the rematch knowing that he had a very close victory over a guy that was fighting basically one-armed?
You know, basically, a guy with one arm was throwing punches for 12 rounds, throwing very hard punches for 12 rounds. If you got a torn rotator cuff, you ain't going to throw no punches at all. So that's bullshit.
So you question Manny on that one?
I question Manny on that one. I mean, the thing is this, the reality is this, is that then after the fight, you never went and got surgery to get it repaired. You basically said that, oh, God healed you. Can't say that. I ain't going against what you're saying about that, but what I'm saying is this, is that if you had something torn, it has to be fixed.
Despite Mayweather's dominance in their first encounter, many boxing fans and observers give Pacquiao credit for how energetic and competitive he appeared throughout the fight. Some believe that the rematch could swing in Manny's favor especially. Now that Floyd has stepped away from serious competition, the aura Floyd created around himself may not be enough to stop the growing belief that Pacquiao, even in his 40s, has what it takes to overcome him in a fair rematch.
Champ, how was it?
It was amazing, man. Really good, bro. Shout out to the machete hooking it up.
Bro, I gotta ask you. So you're the expert. You're the expert. You're the champ. I gotta ask you, Floyd and Mayweather and Manny, right now, who you think will win?
I don't know. That'll be a really good fight. I think Manny, because he's been more active. You know, he's been more active. But Mayweather's Mayweather. You know, he's always good. He stays in shape. Takes care of himself, but it'll be an awesome fight.
You have to go with Manny though, right?
Yep.
You have to go with Manny. He's been
of course.
And Floyd's last 2 fights weren't really pro fighters, you know what I'm saying? There was kickboxer
in China and
Conor McGregor, you know what I'm saying? But you definitely put your money on Manny.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. So the Mexican Rocky, huh?
Mexican Rocky. Trying to get that movie.
There it is.
Wasn't Rocky Mexican?
Which one?
Rocky was Mexican, wasn't he?
Oh, Italian.
You talking about Sly?
Oh man! All this time I've been watching that. Oh, I thought he was Mexican, man.
Hey, Daddy's choking too hard with you.
Roach Pacquiao's longtime trainer has expressed amazement at how intensely Manny is training in his 40s. According to Roach, Manny's current workouts mirror the intensity of his routines from his 20s. He also highlights that Floyd, being older, seems less interested in a competitive return. Roach points out that even during their previous bout, Pacquiao looked good, and his current form proves he's still a threat to anyone in the ring.
Match with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Can you see it happening fairly quickly?
I'm not sure because, you know, Floyd walked out of the arena before the announcement of
on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I guess he didn't want to get called out by Manny. And he is 42 now, and he's older than Manny, and Manny's performance was unbelievable, and I think that's why he kind of snuck out of there a little bit early. But I mean, this is why we're really in the game right now, because we want that rematch. I want that rematch, you know, because Manny had an injury last time, but you know, after the 4th round, he said, "Freddie, I can't throw it anymore," and I said, "Just do the best you can." And I know we can do so much better in the rematch, and I know we can win that fight. And it's like what me and Manny both want badly, and we would love to get that.
Go back to the first fight. It was about 3 weeks before the bout, and you were in a sparring session, Manny tore his rotator cuff.
Yes.
Correct?
Former opponent Keith Thurman has publicly acknowledged the impact of Pacquiao's punches after facing him in the ring. Thurman admitted that the strength Manny displayed at age 40 surprised him. His punches didn't feel like they came from an aging boxer. They were sharp, hard, and relentless. That kind of power, especially at that age, speaks volumes about Manny's conditioning and raw fighting spirit.
Pacquiao, it's weird. Danny felt like a big brick. Pacquiao felt like a little brick. Okay? Now, the weird part is Pacquiao's hands just felt heavy. After the fight, I constantly was thinking, why did his fist feel like a rock? You know? It was like awkward, right? I was like, why did his fist feel so hard in the fight? You know? I was like, it was a little awkward. You know, I don't really care about that stuff that much. I mean, I could handle it. It wasn't devastating. It didn't really feel like plaster, but it felt like something. It felt like a rock. So I thought, like, does he do certain training? Does he do certain, does he build up calluses? Does he have more dense bone density in his hands? Did they do some Asian stuff? What did they do? Who knows, right? And then looking at the picture, I was like, damn, you know what? Pacquiao wore them old school Mexican Reyes.
Recent training clips show Pacquiao at 46 moving with the speed and precision that defined his peak years. His footwork is fast, his punches are crisp, and his focus is intense. Despite his age, he hasn't lost the qualities that made him a world champion. Across 8 divisions, observers and fans are stunned by how close he still resembles the fighter who ruled multiple eras.
10 seconds!
The debate over who has the greater legacy continues. Pacquiao with his historic achievements across multiple weight classes, or Mayweather with his spotless record. While Floyd is often in the news due to self-promotion and flashy appearances, Pacquiao lets his resume speak. His accomplishments in different divisions show a level of risk and challenge that Mayweather avoided. This contrast keeps the argument alive in boxing circles.
So who has the best accomplishment, Floyd or Manny Pacquiao? The 8 divisions versus the 50-0, beating 23 world champions. You guys know which way I go. I like Floyd a whole lot more, but I gotta respect Manny Pacquiao's the greatest boxer of all time. 8 divisions is the greatest feat. I don't think you could do anything greater than becoming an 8 division champion. I say 8 divisions better than the 50-0 because you could pick your way to that eventually. 50-0 is really not that impressive. It's really the 23 world champions. And the thing about that is that a lot of them are former. When you become an 8 division champion, that means you're fighting active champions or you're fighting for vacant titles for guys who probably would have been champion. I think Floyd has a great resume. He's my number 2 all time. I think he has amazing champions on his resume. I don't think he just cherry-picked and ducked his whole career. But if you fight a fighter in Sergey Kovalev in 2025, that is considered a champion, former world champion, and it will go on your resume as a champion. Same as if you fought Mike Tyson in 2025. You beat a world champion. That's why with Floyd, you really got to go back and look at the names and see where they were at. Like I said, amazing feat nonetheless. It's still hard to beat 23 world champions. Not saying all of them were just over the hill, but 8 divisions is something I truly believe we will never see again.
Current fighter George Kambosos Jr. recently praised Pacquiao's return, saying the boxing world needs figures like him. He referred to Manny as a living legend and expressed excitement over the upcoming exhibition fight with Mario Barrios. According to Kambosos, Pacquiao's comeback is not just nostalgic. It has the potential to shake up the sport even at this stage of his life.
Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and, try his best. That's what Manny, one thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So, yeah, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't beat Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it was very hard watching him fight Ugas. You could see it. And then watching the exhibition he had with the Korean guy or the Japanese guy in, I think, last year, it was hard to watch. I know Manny, I know the man that I was sparring. I love that guy. So, but again, he's a legend, and if he turns it on, he can still do it.
Floyd Mayweather has shared his perspective on Manny's return, suggesting that it's financially motivated. He says that if he were in Pacquiao's position, He might do the same from Floyd's point of view. Pacquiao is looking for one last massive payday, and that's why he keeps pushing for another bout. It's less about revenge or competition and more about business.
We have a chance to have a rematch.
Of course, if I was Manny Pacquiao, would I be chasing Floyd Mayweather to do an exhibition to get a good payday? Absolutely. Absolutely, I will.
I can say that more action than compared to the first one, because the first one, we know the fact that I have injury in my shoulders.
There's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather.
He's older than me.
You know, when we talk about Hall of Famer, he's a Hall of Famer. But nobody has the remedy on how to beat Floyd Mayweather. Where Manny had a great career, but boxing retired Manny. Manny didn't retire from boxing.
I'm still young, so what I have done and accomplished in boxing, I think it's one of a kind, because to get a different weight division is not that easy.
Looking back at their original clash, Pacquiao has said he felt he did enough to win. Although he doesn't hold a grudge against Floyd, he hints that outside factors may have influenced the outcome. Manny has always been humble in defeat, but he makes it clear that he wasn't at his physical best that night, and that makes a difference in his view.
Manny Pacquiao he hasn't been a pro in a minute, and they're coming back to fight someone for a belt. Barrios technically should win, but this isn't fair. Like, we could have had Brian Norman Jr. versus. We could have Brian Norman Jr. versus Barrios, but we're getting Manny Pacquiao versus Barrios. I don't think anyone wants to see that. Manny Pacquiao is past his prime. He's not in his fighting years no more. And then can he make 147? And then you're letting him fight for the belt. To me, that doesn't make any type of sense. And then if he beats Barrios, let's say hypothetically he beats him, is he gonna unify? Boots, that's sitting in the lamb to the slaughter. Brian Norman, that's sitting in the lamb to the slaughter. Like, this doesn't make no sense. These young fighters, like, they can really hurt Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao couldn't even handle Ugas. Like, just think about how this is all playing out. It doesn't make sense. This fight shouldn't be made. Like, there's other fighters that Barrios can fight. Like, he could try to fight Boots, because I think unification is Trump mandatories. Or I would have to look into the weight division for. Oh, he could fight Rohan. There's other fighters you can fight besides Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao.
The anticipation for a second fight between these two legends hasn't faded. Fans around the world still talk about their first encounter and wonder what could have been if both fighters were at their prime. Many believe the first bout was mistimed, and a rematch now, even as an exhibition, would draw enormous attention and viewership.